comfortable in that? His class. Anybody has any doubt in total differentiation?
Why am I having doubt in assignments question?
That we will not discuss today. We will discuss it on Friday most likely.
Okay, ma'am.
Huh? I am
Okay,
interested
ma'am.
if there is any doubt in the concepts. So I'm assuming there is no doubt, right? Okay, so let us start with today's work and see what next we have to go through. I'm sharing the screen. By the time it is being shared, if you have to ask something, you can. So till here I think we did, and this was the thing, that was the last thing we had discussed. Is this okay, Rama?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let's go to the next concept, and that is the concept of Jacobian. Now this is one deduction. We have not done any question based on it, but I want you to understand this and then we will proceed to the concept that I have to deal today, that is Jacobian. Okay. This is the concept when you have a function like this, which is implicit function. Right? What does it mean? When do you get this? Just try and understand and correlate. If you have this kind of situation that f(x, y) is equal to 0 type, but you are not able to write it in either of the two forms, or x is equal to fy. You are not able to write in any of the form. What kind of function then it is? Implicit function. I hope you remember this. Right? So when you have implicit function and if you want to find dy by dx, what's the process? The process is this, that you write z is equal to fxy and differentiate using total derivative. Since z is equal to 0, so this will become 0. And then you try and write dy by dx is minus fx upon fy. You can write it as okay. Is this understood or not, class?
Yes, ma'am.
So we can use this to find different things. The second derivative you can calculate by second time differentiating it and then use the quotient rule to get it. And this is the quotient rule, that you take this as first derivative and then all the notations that we have discussed in this. So I'm not taking it, I am taking a question to solve it. See this question. If x cube plus 3x square y plus 6xy square plus y cube is equal to n, find this. So you can understand, here no z is involved, but what you have x cube plus 3x square y plus 6xy square plus y cube minus 1 equals to 0, and this is equivalent to f of xy. Now differentiate this with respect to x and differentiate this with respect to y. So when you differentiate it with respect to x, that means you are finding fx. You will get this. And when you find fy, I write this as suffix to save the space. So that will give you 3x square plus 12xy plus 3y square. Now this is your fx and this is your fy. Now use the formula dy by dx is minus fx upon fy and substitute and see. This is the answer. Is this derivative understood? Rama, is this understood?
Ma'am, can you please repeat this again?
Just read, it is already there. Just try and read it and ask the problem.
Okay.
Go through it and see if something is not clear to you. We can discuss.
मैम फर्स्ट वाले में 6y² नहीं होगा fx में?
Let me check better. Just a minute. First वाले में 6.
fx, yes मैम 6y² होगा ना?
Yeah.
नहीं मैम 6xy² की डेरिवेशन 12y² नहीं होगा मैम सर?
हाँ होगा. This x will go. Just a minute. I think I have missed one term. 3x², 6xy. This term I have missed. This term is missed. Here 3x², 12xy. This will not be there. Just a minute. Let me do it again. So it is fx is equal to 3x² plus 6xy plus 6y² होगा और fy is, had I written something else? यही तो लिखा था हमने.
मैम
मैम
12y².
Ma'am, that
12y²
was
लिखा हुआ था.
12xy square.
Where 12xy²? No, here you will not get in fx as 12. I think
Yes, ma'am,
something
वही
is.
गलत लिखा था, वही बताया था.
मैम आपने पहले 12y² लिखा हुआ था 6y²
Yes
की
ma'am.
जगह.
हमने 12 लिखा था. अच्छा. Okay. So this is 3x² plus 12xy plus 3y². Right? That's all. Substitute and get the answer. Second one is pretty simple. The second one you have to do it 2 times. So for second one, be careful that you are getting this. But even if you don't remember the formula, you differentiate it one more time and put the value as it is. Suppose you are getting this. I want to tell you something. Suppose you got dy by dx is equal to minus fx upon fy. Okay, some expression you will get, and you have to find d2y by dx square. That means you have to find d by dx of the function that you have. Whatever function you have, treat it as another y and then find dy by dx like this. So you just remember, either you remember this or you differentiate it. Whatever remains in your mind, you can work that way. Okay, so this was the thing that was left on that day. Nothing else. Though there is one more
dy by
case.
dx को f ले लेंगे और उसको फिर डिफरेंशिएट कर देंगे.
उसको फिर से हाँ y लेंगे, दूसरा फंक्शन की तरह लेके करेंगे फिर.
ओके मैम.
dy by dx को न्यू फंक्शन ले लेंगे.
यस मैम.
Okay, and then you again use that function as fx. Suppose you took, I want to tell you, suppose this is your fxy, okay, and this is dy by dx. Now when you are trying to find this d2y by dx square, it is your minus fx upon fy. Is it okay? Is it okay or not? There are three questions solved. You can try any of the three. Like this is solved. Then this is, no, not this one. There was one more question on it. This is the question. So you can check, and it is already in HK Das. This is the HK Das portion that I am considering. Okay. I think we have not discussed this part also. Had we? I don't remember. This is something also I want you to remember. Here what is happening? Here it is happening that your x is function of u and v, and y is also some other function of u and v. And the question is in reverse order. You are not finding dy by dx kind of thing. What you are finding? You are finding del u by del x, del u by del y, del v by del x, and del v by del y. And the process is same as in implicit. What you will do? You will consider first x is equal to f of uv. Then you differentiate x with respect to x. So when you differentiate x with respect to x, you will get dx by dx, and that is 1. I can write it now. Dx by dx, which is 1. Is this fine or not? Ask if you're not understanding.
Yes, ma'am.
And then you differentiate this. Your f depends on u and v, and u and v depends on x and y. Okay. So you differentiate this. What will you get? You will write del f by del u, and then del u by del x, first term. Then del f by del v and del v by del x. So this is your this term, this one. Then similarly, when you differentiate x is equal to f u y v by y, then since x is independent, so dx by dy becomes 0. Okay. Here what you are doing? You are taking d by dy of x. So since x does not depend on y, so this will be 0. And then you differentiate this del phi by del u by del x. I am writing it ulta. This is dy and this is dx. So del phi by del u into del u by del x plus del phi by del v into del v by del x. Is this understood or not? What is being done here?
मैम एक बार फिर से बता
Ma'am, we
दीजिएगा.
have to differentiate both by dx.
Ha. First you are differentiating fuv with respect to x. Means these two connections you have now. So you have differentiated x with respect to x. So you got 1 is equal to del f by del u and del u by del x plus del f by del v into del v by del x, right? Then you have differentiated this equation with respect to x. So since y is independent of x, so dy by dx becomes 0. And then you differentiated this. So del phi by del u by del x plus del phi by del v by del x. Is this equation understood or not? Ask if it is not clear. What you have done is understood. You took these two equations and you have differentiated it with respect to x first, treating y as a constant, and then you have differentiated it with respect to y, treating x as a constant. Now I'm assuming that you have understood these two equations. Okay. Now what is our unknown? Our unknown is this and this. So it is of the type you have two equations, ax plus by equals to 1. Okay. And then cx plus dy equals to 0. You have these two equations. When you have two equations in two variables, how do we find those variables? How do you write? X is equal to, you know how to solve this? It is up to you. What do you want to use to solve it? You use elimination, you use cross multiplication, you use ratio. It is up to you. Like if I have to write x upon, then I can write b into 0. You can write it now. B into 0 minus 1 into d. So this is minus d. This is equal to y upon 1 into c, a into 0. So c is it okay? We will write it like this, minus 1 equals to 0. So this will become plus. So what will be your x? X will be d upon AD minus BC. Now what is your x? Your x is del u by del x. Okay. And what is your a? Your a is, this is a simple way of you to understand what you are doing. Okay. C is del phi by del u and d is del phi by del v. Now see what are the values. First one is d. D is del phi by del v. See a d minus b c. Okay. Similarly, del v by del x you have calculated this way. Now you have same two equations. You differentiate it with respect to y. Okay. Is this understood or not? What is being done? See, when it is written, it is showing as if it's something very big. It's actually solving two equations in two unknowns. That's all. Okay. Similarly, when you differentiate this with respect to y, the first one will give you 0 and the second one will give you 1. Again, you can solve for del u by del y and del v by del y. See, del u by del y and del v by del y, and you can calculate this in the same pattern. Let me take a question and then you just try and understand. Suppose this is the question. Your x is, see, x is u square minus v square and y is uv. Okay. So the first thing is we will calculate. See, you have to find del u by del x, del u by del y, del v by del x and del v by del y. Okay. Since it is given in this form, so what is, it is easy to find del x by del u. 2u. Del x by del v minus 2v. Then del y by del x, sorry, del u. Del y by del u is v. Del y by del v is u. Okay. And then we will take its ulta. Now just, is this understood what is being done? You took from here and you took from here. Now differentiate these two with respect to x first. So del dx by dx is 1. Here you will get 2u del u by del x minus 2v del v by del x. What you have done? This is your f of uv. So what you have done? Del f by del u by del x plus del f by del v by del x. Now what was your del f by del u? Del f by del u is 2u. Del f by del v is minus 2v. So you have kept 2u del u by del x minus 2v del v by del x. See, you have substituted that. 2u del u by del x minus 2v del v by del x. Then you have differentiated this with respect to x. So left hand side becomes 0. And since you are differentiating this is v del u by del x plus u del v by del x. Okay. Now you have two equations in two unknowns and you have to solve for del u by del x. So you can use any method what suits you. Suppose you want to use elimination. So even that you can do. What you will do? You multiply it by v and you multiply it by 2u, you get whatever is comfortable to you. That is up to you. Okay. So when you solve, you will get this. I want you to try it yourself and see if you are getting this or not. Please try. These are the equations that you have to deal with. And you solve for del u by del x and del v by del x. If I have to use, I like using this. So in one go I can write del u by del x is equal to you just write now. Tell me what will I write here? This into 0 minus this into this. So minus minus will become plus. What will you get? You will get u upon 2u square plus 2v square. So that is, and this is same as this. Similarly,
Excuse me, ma'am.
हाँ बेटा बोलो.
Ma'am, when we differentiate equation 2, shouldn't that be del y by del x?
No, y
Equation.
and x are independent variables. You get dy by dx if your y depends on x. If y is acting as a constant, then this will give you 0.
Okay, ma'am.
Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Finish it? Ask if there is anything you are not able to comprehend, then I'll see. But see if you are getting all 4 values or not.
मैम अभी आपने क्या बताया था y is equal to 0.
No, it's not y is equal to 0. It's dy by dx equals to 0. Because when you differentiate x, x is independent in itself, y is independent in itself. So when you differentiate x with respect to y, it will give you 0. Left hand side. Right hand side depends on x and y. That's why you are getting this expression. Done?
Yes, ma'am. Getting the same answer.
The process is understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So you have got all sorts of questions in which different ways of getting partial derivative you have understood. Okay. Now let me take the next concept, and that is concept of Jacobian. Error you have studied in one dimension in class 12, so I'm not taking error part, and it's not defined also in syllabus. So the next thing that we have to deal with is Jacobians. I want you to read what Jacobian is. The definition is understood? It's very simple to understand. See, Jacobian of two variables. Okay. What kind of two variables? The variables are x and y. And what are the functions that depends on x and y? U and v. So whenever we write a Jacobian, we write it for the functions that depends on the variables. So the functions that you have will be written at the top and the variable should be written at the bottom. And this decides the derivatives. So since u and v you have written at the top, so you will have this first row and then as second row. Have you understood the definition? If you extend a third variable, suppose you want a third variable also, then first function, first derivative of all the three variables, second function will comprise the second row, and third function will comprise the third row. Is this understood or not? What is a Jacobian is understood?
Yes, ma'am.
There are two ways of writing it. Sometimes we write it like this, the delta of the function and delta of the variable. Sometimes we write it in the form of j. All right. Now, very simple question. Suppose your x is r cos theta and y is r sin theta. Calculate delta xy upon delta r theta. Now, when you have to calculate delta xy upon delta r theta, then what is your function? Xy are the functions. What is your variable? R theta are the variables. That means what you have to calculate? You have to calculate this. Okay. And when you have to calculate this, which relationship will work here? This is the relationship. So since you have x is equal to r cos theta, so del x by del r is cos theta. Del x by del theta is minus r sin theta. Del y by del r is sin theta and del y by del theta is r cos theta. Is it okay? Now substitute the values. This is equal to, the first row will comprise by x values. So that is cos theta minus r sin theta and sin theta r cos theta. So when you take the determinant, this is determinant, okay? This is determinant. So when you open the determinant, what will you get? You will get r cos square theta plus r sin square theta. And that is r, because cos square theta plus sin square theta is 1. Is this Jacobian understood or not?
Yes, ma'am.
If this is understood, I want you to find this part. Delta r theta, sorry, delta r theta upon delta xy. So what you have to do in this, you have to write r and theta in terms of x and y. So if x is r cos theta and y is r sin theta, r is root of. Is it okay? And what will be theta? Tan inverse y by x. Now please find this. Please find this. Are you done?
Yes, ma'am.
What is the output that you have got?
Ma'am, del R by del X 1 by root X square plus Y square
No,
2X.
you give me Jacobian. Don't give me individual value.
Ma'am, 1 minute I am making.
Please solve. I'm not getting any other response from anybody else. Aruneet? Aruneet, are you doing?
Yes, ma'am. I am
I
solving.
am interested in getting your answer.
Okay, ma'am.
Hmm.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, beta.
What does Jacobian represent? Like a double differentiate represents something. What does it represent?
Jacobian represents this determinant. And Jacobian will come as an intermediate output in future study that we will be doing. What Jacobian does, it interchanges the variables and the function.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes,
So, ma'am, so we have to find the determinant of the values we are getting, right? That is the Jacobian. So, ma'am, I'm getting 1 plus y cube divided by.
wrong. I have calculated one Jacobian for you, right? What I did, I have calculated all the first derivatives. I have substituted it in the determinant and I got the determinant value as r. And this was our del xy upon del r theta. This was the Jacobian value. Now I am interested in knowing this value. I have given you how r and theta is connected to x and y. Have you understood the question that you have to do? Hmm?
One by आएगा.
Very good. Who is this?
Parth Bansal.
Parth Bansal. Good, beta.
Thank you, ma'am.
I am waiting for others to solve.
सॉल्व करने की जरूरत नहीं क्योंकि दोनों अपोजिट ही तो हैं एक दूसरे के. एक में बस
नहीं 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 नहीं, ऐसे नहीं है. ये डिवीजन थोड़े कर रहे हो बेटा, ये तो नोटेशन है ना बेटा.
अच्छा हाँ मैम.
ऐसी कंफ्यूजन नहीं होनी चाहिए आपको. Do I assume you are able to do? Hmm? Now I'm showing you how it is being done. I'm clearing this. I'm showing you the solution. Now see the second part. This was your r and this was your theta. So you have calculated del r by del x, which is, when you have calculated del r by del x, what you have got? You have got, see this, your r square was x square plus y square. So 2r del r by del x was 2x. This means del r by del x was x upon r. Similarly, del r by del y was y upon r. Now your tan theta is y by x. So, or you can write it as, theta is equal to tan inverse y by x. So del theta by del x is 1 upon 1 plus y square by x square into minus y by x square. When you simplify this, try and understand. X square will be cancelled, and this is minus y upon x square plus y square, which is r square. Is this okay? Similarly, del theta by del y is 1 upon 1 plus y square by x square into 1 by x, which is x upon r square. Now substitute this, x upon r, y upon r, minus y upon r square, x upon r square. Simplify, you are getting x square plus y square upon r cube, which is 1 by r. It is not for one result. There is a correlation between the results. So this is one important property of a Jacobian, that if you interchange the variable with the function, then the output are in inverse proportion. I can write it as Jacobian u v upon xy into Jacobian xy upon uv equals to 1. Okay?
ठीक कह रहा था मैं उस समय कि वो इन्वर्स करने पे भी तो
वो
वही आएगा।
आउटपुट आ रहा है, लेकिन इसमें आप ऐसा काट नहीं रहे हैं।
काट नहीं है, मैं बस बता रहा था कि वैसे भी कर सकते थे। काटने की बात नहीं कह रहा था मैं उसमें, मैं यही पॉइंट कह रहा था।
ये प्रॉपर्टी प्रूव हो जाती है। गॉट दैट? दिस इज वन ऑफ द प्रॉपर्टीज ऑफ जैकोबियन। I hope this is understood.
Ma'am, we can put after the determinant the values.
I'm not getting. Which
Ma'am,
value?
I did in r is equal to root x square plus y square.
Correct.
So I got the values in root x square plus y square, and after that I take the values after taking determinant.
That's okay, but it will make your question more complicated, na?
Yes, ma'am.
See, we are not here to complicate the things. We should be making it as simple as possible for us. That's why at the moment I differentiated, I tried to reduce it in x and r, because it makes substitution very easy. Is this okay? Especially when r is involved, just remember this, that you can put x square plus y square as r square. And actually it is a polar form of any coordinate system. It's a way of converting Cartesian into polar. So remember this. All right. I hope this property is understood.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Now let's proceed to the next question. This is one of the simple questions. See, you have y1 is equal to x2, x3 upon x1, y2 is this, y3 is this. Show that the Jacobian of y1, y2, y3 with respect to x1, x2, x3 is 4. What you have to calculate? You have to calculate Jacobian y1, y2, y3 with respect to x1, x2, x3. That means you are willing to calculate the determinant, this. This is your first row. The second row, I hope you can understand. Then third row. This you have to calculate. And if you see this carefully, this is very symmetrical kind of result. Your y1 is x2, x3 upon x1. So now if I am interested in finding this, my x2 and x3 will act as constant. So this is minus x2, x3 upon x1 square. Is this okay or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Correct. Now if I have to find this, sorry, x1, del y1 upon x2, x2 will go and you will get this. And if I have to find this is x2 upon x1. Is this okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So I hope you can understand the symmetry. If you are doing for y1 upon x1, you are getting this. Now that means you will get similar result for del y2 upon x2, and that will be minus x1 x3 upon x2 square. Now I want you to check the result. See, this we have calculated and this we have written symmetrically. Here x3, here x1, and this is delta y2 upon delta x2. So that is minus x3 x1 upon x2 square. Similarly, this is delta y3 upon delta x3. That's why minus x1 x2 upon x1 square. See this, x3 square. All three results are very similar structure. All right. So it seems a large question, but actually it's a very small question. Now, if you see what can we do in this, it's a determinant. You can take out x1 square from here, x2 square from here, and x3 square from here. So 1 upon x1 square, x2 square, x3 square. What you have done, multiply throughout by x1. So minus x2, x3, x3, x1, x1, x2. And if you see this, you are getting a symmetrical result. Here you have 1 upon x1, x2, x3 square. Here in this x2 is common, in this x3 is common. See, x2, x3 is common, x3, x1 is common, x1, x2 is common. So when you take it out, is it cancelled and you are getting minus 1, 1, 1, 1 minus 1, 1, 1, 1 minus 1. Expand this determinant, get the output. The question is okay, understood or not?
Understood.
It's understood.
Okay. So now this is also another result, and this result is also a very useful result. Now you got one result that when x is in polar form, this is polar coordinate, right? When x is in polar form, you got this. Sorry, you got this as r. You got this as r, right? Remember this result. We will be using it again and again. Now this is cylindrical coordinate system. Okay? Spherical coordinate system, rather, you can say. We will study it when we will use it for the area of a curve in 3 dimension. But for the time being, you just understand your x and y, it's like this. You can see this way. See, this is the situation. This is your P. So whatever you have this side, it will act as its height. And if this is Z is equal to r cos theta, this is your r. Okay. So r cos theta will come this side, r cos theta. And r sin theta will be this. This way we put. Okay. So you will study about it, not now, but in due course. So just want you to remember this. Now, how do you find this value? You have to get delta xyz upon delta r theta phi. I want you to solve this. Please solve. Just remember your function is xyz and your variable is r theta phi. It's all differentiated here. Let's check if you can comprehend with this or not. Solve and tell me if you are stuck. Please switch off, mute your mic. Somebody has very noisy surrounding. Are you able to get the output? Hmm? Rama?
Yes, ma'am, I am calculating.
Okay, finish. No problem. See, you have to use identities. That identities cannot solve. So I want you to go through it, just see if it is okay or not. So I'm assuming you are getting the answer. By the time you are solving it, respond to your attendance so that I can utilize time. Jashnadeep.
Present, ma'am.
Rama.
Present, ma'am.
Divyam.
Present, ma'am.
Mohit.
Present, ma'am.
Shekhar.
Present, ma'am.
Sahil.
Present, ma'am.
Vanshika.
Present, ma'am.
Vidhi.
Present, ma'am.
Shivansh.
Present, ma'am.
Hiren.
Present, ma'am.
Sameer.
Present, ma'am.
Sudiksha. Sudiksha. Yash Kapoor.
Present, ma'am.
Vanshveer.
Present, ma'am.
Sankirat.
Present,
Sankirat.
ma'am. Present, ma'am.
Neha.
Present, ma'am.
Parth Batra.
Present, ma'am.
Aditya Rajput. Aditya is not there, I've checked. Satvik.
Present, ma'am.
Aditya Kumar.
Present, ma'am.
Prajwal.
Present, ma'am. Prajwal.
Shantanu. Shantanu. Naman Kataria.
Present, ma'am. Naman.
Yuvraj.
Present, ma'am.
Kushagra Jain. Kushagra Jain. Okay. Nikita.
Present, ma'am.
Pragati. Pragati. Arneet. Hemang.
Present, ma'am.
Hemang. Hemang. Aryaman.
Present. Armin present.
Rakshit. Rakshit.
Present, ma'am.
Aryan Sarova.
Present, ma'am.
Nibir. Nibir. Parth Bansal.
Present, ma'am.
Bhavya Singh.
Present, ma'am.
Nibir is there or not?
Yes, ma'am. Present.
Ma'am, Shantanu Chaudhary present.
Shantanu. Okay.
And Nibir is also present.
Nibir marked beta.
Yeah.
Now see, I want you to check these questions. See, it's in HK Das. Go through this question and try some questions from the exercise. And next class we will be discussing about the properties of this Jacobian. And then we will proceed to maxima and minima. Okay, so at least few questions you should try from Jacobian to give you a understanding. Is that fine?
Yes, ma'am. I got the answer.
Good, very good. What about others? Yuvraj? Yuvraj, have you
Got the
solved?
answer.
No, ma'am,
Okay.
not yet. I'm just doing it.
That's okay, Parth. HK Das is already, I hope you all have downloaded HK Das.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
So you
ma'am.
please try some questions from HK Das. Okay. And when we meet next, we will discuss properties. Is that fine with you all?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's all for today.